A highly anticipated film, Oppenheimer tells the story of American physicist J. Robert Oppenheimer, who, through his creation of the atomic bomb in World War II, which was at then the paragon of humanity's innovation in science, showed the world that science can destroy humanity just as much as it can help it. The 3 hour long film is directed by the illustrious director Christopher Nolan, who is famous for creating Batman, Tenet, Inception, and Interstellar. Films which people frankly bragged about understanding because of the film's utter complexity.
And Oppenheimer is no exception, with the intensity in its dialogue and its at times comedic and witty conversations. Meanwhile, suspense was kept up throughout by, of course, the anticipation of the atomic bomb.
Although many people may think that this overly long film is very boring with lots of talking, but really, it's not necessarily the case.
Well, it's definitely not an action movie, but the intensity present in almost every scene, an intensity attributed to Nolan's masterful capability to maintain suspense, can generate the same feeling of hype as can do an action movie.
The theme of this movie, by all means, is the transformative power of the atomic bomb. Its power to destroy, quite frankly, everything. Society's morality, hundreds of years of progress, and the lives of many, including that of his own creator, Oppenheimer himself.
Also, I think it's particularly worth mentioning the meaning of its title. So, why is the movie called Oppenheimer? Why not, for example, Trinity or Manhattan, which is obviously the name of its project?
Yeah.
Well, obviously, Oppenheimer was the director of the Manhattan Project, and it was he who gathered hundreds of scientists to come and help him aid build this atomic bomb of his. And the bottom half of the movie is also revolved around the challenges of Oppenheimer due to his associations with the Communist Party in early parts of the movie.
Yeah, and I would like to also add that very, very good explanation there. So, overall, Oppenheimer is strongly centered around Oppenheimer himself instead of the atomic bomb. The atomic bomb was like this small substrata that the life of Oppenheimer is based upon. In this sense, it is a turning point where Oppenheimer's life was completely shaped to a climax and then a complete steep fall. When the atomic bomb was innovated, it was seen as this kind of paragon of innovation, of the peak of humanity's scientific achievements that helped to make America into the world superpower, which, with the patriotic sentiment in America at the time, made him a wartime hero. And then afterwards, the communist affiliations that he had were leaked out in combination with an already growing sentiment against the atomic bomb because they thought it killed way too many people. And so he disintegrated into this kind of pariah. So it's a very, very fascinating story, perhaps even more fascinating than the story of atomic bomb itself. And I would also like to add that in the movie, Christopher Nolan uses this kind of this kind of alternation between black and white scenes and colored scenes, with the colored scenes indicating that it is a subjective experience of Oppenheimer with regards to the scenario in which he was in, while the black and white scenes were implemented as a means to denote that it is objective reality and it is a part of history. So hence the monochrome, because it's more.
So they had a good balance between
a good balance. Yeah. So it's based half on the actual feelings of Oppenheimer and based half upon the alternation to black and white scenes upon history. So it's a very fascinating approach, I feel like. So yeah.
Yeah. So, guys, coming to the end, what do you think the overall message of Oppenheimer is? Like, why do some people actually consider it to be a horror movie? No, but why do some people consider it?
Well, I felt.
Because, well, the ending was terrifying because when he. So for context, they had this fallacy that if they were to blow up the atomic bomb, they would activate this trigger a series of atmospheric reactions that will burn the atmosphere and hence destroy the world. That was later proved to be false, superficially, but later on, with the physical but also moral impacts of the atomic bomb on human society, Einstein asked rhetorically that when Oppenheimer said that we were going to destroy the world with blowing up the atomic bomb, he said that it is true.
Yeah, well, apart from the fact that it was an atomic bomb, it was a lot more. It's not just about, oh my god, what will happen after the creation of this bomb. No, it was about how this bomb, this weapon of mass destruction, would shape the world forever
Yeah,
after its creation.
It fundamentally changed human society by showing that science is no longer this thing that's always good, but this is this thing that can destroy humanity, which is contradictory to hundreds of years of scientific innovation, which was centered around the idea that science is always good and it always leads to better worlds. This is not the case in this.
It's just like science now with AI. You don't know if it's good or not.
Yeah.
So with the advent of Oppenheimer this summer, there's a issue in society that has long been diminished since the fall of the Cold War, when nuclear annihilation was effectively rendered neutralized, was the possibility of nuclear destruction. And so with the new emergence of the surrounding history and ideas regarding the atomic bomb re-emerging back into conventional society with the movie's release, that brings us to our line of inquiry: whether the atomic bomb should have been dropped on Japan or not.
So I argue that the actual bomb shouldn't have been dropped on Japan. And Lenny,
I would argue otherwise.
Yeah, so my point of thought was that the war was going to end anyways. Nazis were dead, Hitler was dead, only Japan was left, right? That was the only issue. And they chose the worst possible option, which is to drop two bombs on Japan, killing
because Japan was not going to surrender.
People.
Well,
was there better ways to do that?
There was no better ways. That's why they were discussing with the Secretary of War about this for days and days and talking about cities to bomb, because it was just simply unable to be conquered with any means of conventional warfare. Whereas the mainland invasion, which would cause far more deaths, perhaps in the millions, like that of the Nazis, would have been able to materialize, reduce the amount of casualties by killing more people at a time instead of killing more and more people long term.
It's a very nuanced approach, but dropping a bomb, it is quite controversial. You don't get me wrong. Dropping a bomb has everything along with the impacts
many things are controversial, but many things are correct.
That's not correct. Well, it did happen.
It did happen.
Well, we can't change history.
Yeah.
But was there actually a better way to do that? I think that there might have been another way.
What would you advocate then? The other way?
Well, I think there was two choices. One was to obviously drop the bomb, which they did. One was to keep fighting until they surrendered.
Until more people die. Until they fight to the last man.
Innocent people. Lots of innocent people were killed with that bomb.
Lots
people in households, families were killed.
People died, mate.
No, listen, look.
In Nazi Germany, when they invaded Nazi Germany, 70% of the people who died were civilians. Okay,
look. Here's the
bombing, and it's very, very conflagrational.
The U.S. is choosing. Okay, look. The U.S. choose two bombs, and they're gonna bomb it on Nagasaki and Hiroshima. Basically, it's choosing who gets to live, who gets to die. They were thinking, like, should we bomb Tokyo?
They were avoiding not to bomb Tokyo because they still value the cultural significance of those cities. So they had this kind of morality.
They were still killing people. Innocent people,
but it was
had their lives
necessary
lost.
Because...
Okay, let's think about this. Ukraine and Russia nowadays, why hasn't anyone sent a nuclear bomb to end the war?
Because there was no need. There's still no need because
and they're still fighting. They are still fighting.
Of cultural significance and much less of...
They have their own cultural significance in Russia and Ukraine, but here's the thing, it's a very nuanced approach in the end.
Okay, Russia's only conquered one country, while Japan conquered half of Asia and committed genocide on the Chinese people.
Well, think about this. Ukraine has got the whole Western world supplying money, billions of dollars, hundreds of billions of dollars from the US, troops, artillery, all that comes from the Western world.
Yes, because Europe, they haven't dropped the bomb because Russia has atomic bombs as well. So it's a means
they don't drop the bomb, right? They don't.
Because Russia also has a bomb. And the West also has a bomb. They actually calculated before that they're not going to find a compromise. Truman already warned them that if
but you're killing innocent people in the process. Is that correct?
Already 80 million people died, and Japan killed much more innocent people.
You're saying 80 million people died in Japan?
80 million people died in the war.
We're talking about
Across.
U.S. and Japan. We
so,
know. We're
would
talking
you
about
want
Japan.
more and more people to
US
die
didn't
and
bomb-
just rather
U.S.
just
did
sacrifice
not bomb the whole
200,000
world.
people?
U.S. bombed Japan.
You know, people would
okay?
say that you rather leave the one half to starve and the other half eat their fill.
And
So
you get to decide.
80
America
million
gets to
peop-
decide that. Why does America get to decide that?
Because they have the bomb and they have democracy, while Japan does not have democracy.
Oh my
Democracy is the
God.
fundamental premise on which society is built.
And
Yes,
with
and
the bomb,
that's why they're able to subjugate millions and millions of
okay.
people.
Think about this: the U.S. dropped the bomb on Japan. Do they actually want to help them?
They did help them actually. After
Well, did
the
they
war.
want to? Here's the thing: why would you want to help someone that's you're in a conflict with? That's just
They wanted to help the Japanese people, not the Japanese government, because the Japanese government is inherently evil in what
that's
it
the
did.
thing.
As they wanted to preserve the cultural significance of the Japanese people. So they cared about Japanese people. So they knew that they were this kind of rational benevolence within.
And they were
their
still
decision.
fighting with them. They were still
They were
fighting.
still
They dropped
fighting. They
the
were
bomb
fighting
on
the
them.
government, not the Japanese people.
The government and its people. So they separated government and its people.
Yes, many people do that.
Okay,
That's
so
why people
they
immigrate,
destroyed the
because they don't
government.
like
Why
their
did they
government.
destroy thousands and millions of innocent people?
Because they wanted to make the people better, have a better society, quality of life overall.
Well, did that happen after the bomb? People died.
People died. And
People got cancer,
And now
people-
Japan is one of the most socioeconomically advanced nations in the world.
and
because,
so are other countries. China.
yeah,
So much
because
countries.
China was liberated because of the atomic bomb on Japan.
The bomb didn't liberate a lot of other countries. Oh my god, a bomb is a bomb.
Of course,
Yeah, of course it's a bomb.
Of
It killed
course, they
people.
did not liberate a lot of other people. Did they drop the bomb in every single nation in the world?
Obviously
They
not.
did
That's what I'm trying to argue.
That's why a lot
Do
of
we
people are
drop
not
bombs every
liberated.
day to help others? No.
They did.
No, they don't.
And themselves, mostly themselves, but also others.
So during the Cold War between Russia and US,
That's how
did they drop
society
bombs?
evolves. So okay, there's a strong suppresses the strong suppresses the weak. All right, guys, got my top G here.
Let's go debate.
Although he said bomb is a bomb, I wanted to say no shot Sherlock, but it didn't go through. But that's
Well, yeah, no shots. A bomb is a bomb.
no.
It's
bro,
not rocket
onto
science. It's
nothing,
not
bro.
rocket science,
Bro,
mate.
It's onto nothing. Actually, crazy. All right, good debate.
Good
Join us
debate.
next time.